So here is a video review of my 2016 MacBook Pro. It's a really nice design, very sleek, very thin. I remember seeing a video once where it's one of the only laptops where you can open with one hand. A lot of them, you can't really do that. You need two hands to open, so it's a nice little feature. It's got on the right hand side the two USB Type-Cs, a headphone jack, and on the left side two USB-Cs. This is the 15-inch model. It's got speakers on both the right and left side. It's a huge trackpad and the touch bar up the top. So I initially purchased this in December 2016 as I was going overseas and I wanted a laptop that would I would be able to use overseas and continue to make videos, edit photos, and just do a lot of the creative stuff that I like to do. So that's why I got this one. It was an upgrade to an old desktop PC that it was way past its time. So the specs on this particular one that I have, it's a 15-inch, just in the silver color, not space gray. I probably would have got the space gray, but I couldn't get my hands on it. So yeah, it's got the touch bar. This was pretty much the price that I paid in Australian dollars. It's very expensive for what it is, and I'm not too sure whether it's worth it or not. I know that laptops are getting more and more expensive, but yeah, I have my doubts over that price right there. The Retina display, that is in my list of pros. That's one of the best things about this laptop. The quality of the image is just amazing. When I plug it into a normal external monitor, it looks nothing like what it does on the screen. The quality of this Retina display is incredible. So yeah, it's really impressive. If you have one of these laptops, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't, head into one at an Apple store or something. It's something that has to be seen to be believed. I ended up getting the cheaper of the options, being 2.8 gigahertz Intel Core i7 quad core, boosts up to 3.8 gigahertz. I would have gone the bigger one, but for an extra $600, I struggled to pay this amount. I couldn't have paid this. So yeah, of course, getting the smaller one, I also got the smaller storage, and that is one of my cons of this laptop. The 256 gigabytes SSD is not enough. I should have opted and got it customized and got the bigger terabytes, but I skimped out, and now I have to use a lot of external hard drives, for instance this one. And then that brings me to another con, being you have to use these USB Type-C adapters for pretty much everything. They're only $12 for that piece there, but it's ridiculous that even a USB, you need to put it like that. You can't just take it to work and expect people to have these adapters around. If you want to plug it in to a monitor or a projector or something, you can't do that. So you need to make sure you carry these around. So that's a definite con. The memory, so it's got 16 gig RAM. In my old desktop, I had about 2 gig of RAM, and I was still trying to make videos and edit photos. So this helped out substantially. It's really impressive, 16 gig. It's got the Radeon Pro 555, 2 gig of GDDR5 memory. It pretty much, it's got a internal graphics card, or what you can call a graphics card for a laptop. It's fairly small in size to be able to fit into the casing, but I wanted to make sure I got this one with the graphics card, as opposed to just like the integrated graphics of the other models for like my editing of photos and software. So yeah, I wanted to make sure I picked this option. Charging, so it's got 4 Thunderbolt 3 or USB-C ports. They support charging, DisplayPort, Thunderbolt, and USB 3.1 Gen 2 up to 10 gigabytes per second. This brings me to another one of my pros. The USB Type-C allows fast data transfer. It is really quick, and with like the videos that I'm doing and all the photos, like they take up a lot of space. So say I take a GoPro out and I do like a video of me bike riding. I feel like a 64 gigabyte graphics card. I want to transfer that out of a 64 gigabyte SD card. So I want to transfer that from the SD card to my hard drive, so I can safely have it on here and then start doing my editing. So the USB Type-C definitely allows that fast transfer and allows me to get things happening faster. So I can make more videos. Things will just go a lot quicker and be a bit more enjoyable for myself. Another thing is it's got a headphone jack. It's got this old circle one. I have no idea why Apple made the laptop with this headphone jack. Pretty much in the same month of December 16, I also got the iPhone 7 Plus. That doesn't have an headphone jack. So I can't see the rationale with these two devices coming out in that same time period as to why one has the headphone jack and one doesn't. They should have made it exactly the same. You can use Bluetooth headphones, Bluetooth speakers if you want sound. So really that shouldn't be there. It's got the big Force Touch trackpad. It is really large and pretty handy when you're working remotely. The finger movements all make sense and are pretty easy to learn when to like swipe up, swipe down, all the little shortcuts that you can understand fairly easily. The lighting behind the keyboard you can just adjust fairly easily. It's just this button here, and it goes away. It comes back. That's a handy feature I have when I'm uploading a video and it might take a couple hours. Say I go off to bed, plug it in, put it on a mode where it won't turn us asleep. Dim the backlight, dim the keyboards, and then you can't even hear it uploading. So that works for me. All the others, it says it's got around 10-hour battery, which seems legitimate to me. I've never had an issue with the battery life so far. And the Mac OS High Sierra I just upgraded to. So couple other things. The Core i7 is really impressive. I love it. It does a great job. The screen is ridiculously clear. I love that as well. It really helps out with all of the work that I'm doing. It's very thin and aesthetic. I really like the design. They've put a lot of care into it and thoughtfulness, and it looks immaculate. The Touch ID bar, I mean, it's okay. I probably would have preferred the F1, F2, F3 keyboards to be there permanently. The button that gets the most use would be the ESC and the back when you're browsing like a web page or something. I just use that button and it'll take me back to where I was at, or forward, and it'll take me back to where I want to be. I don't really use it. I don't use that search bar right there, and the other settings. Siri, I don't use. These bad boys, yeah, I'll use them a bit, but it's not the best. The touch bar. Yeah, and the USB speeds is another big plus. Cons, yeah, touch bar, 100%. I don't like it. Another con is only the USB port C. They got rid of the other USB and the SD cards, which would have been really handy for making videos and for those people out there doing like creative content. And the final con that I can think of is that it has been difficult for me to learn some of the shortcuts, the command key, the option key, control key. Coming from a Windows, being a Windows user and coming to the Mac side has been difficult. I still spend probably 8 hours a day on Windows at work, and then to come back here, my mind's not really like set up to it. Like a lot of people out there would have learned pretty quick, but yeah, I'm still getting the hang of things, and I've had it for just over a year. But yeah, overall, great laptop. Had I had my time again, I'm not too sure if I would have bought it. There are a lot of other options out there with similar features, but yeah, I chose this one. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to keep it. It's doing a great job for me, but yeah, there's just a bit of hesitation as to whether I would do it again if I had my time again. But yeah, thanks for watching, and leave any comments, like, and subscribe. Thanks.